Hi, this is Ankit Mittal, and today we are going to discuss about the challenges with the dynamic infrastructure. So, the DevOps team basically faces a lot of issues with the dynamic infrastructure, and these dynamic infrastructure particularly increases with the adoption of the cloud environment. So, within the cloud environment, you would see the server sprawls are pretty much common. What are server sprawls? The server sprawls basically refers to a condition where the number of servers within the cloud can grow rapidly because of the ease of the provision of these servers, due to which the teams which are responsible for managing these servers find it hard to patch them up and keep them up to date, due to which the vulnerabilities actually comes into the system, due to which various exploits are left open. Okay. So even after these exploits are being discovered and there is an issue being discovered with these kind of systems, it becomes difficult to resolve those issues in a shorter period of time, because the teams actually rely on the different kinds of scriptings to run on these servers. But over a period of time, due to the large number of servers coming in a very short period of time, these scripts doesn't run on all the servers, due to which it leads to the inconsistency, and there is a configuration drift which occurs between these servers. So you would see that not all the systems are patched and kept up to date, and there are a number of exploits which comes into this system. So these server sprawls makes are basically responsible for the configuration drifts among these servers as well. Next is your Snowflake servers. The Snowflake servers are different from the other servers in your environment in a way that it runs a critical piece of software in or your applications, while the other servers are not able to do so. The most common cases of the Snowflake servers involved where you are trying to do an upgrade of your application from a lower version to an upper version. While it fails on most of the servers, some of the servers might actually work. Now you are not able to figure out the actual reasons why those servers are still working, because the people that might have configured those systems haven't actually scripted any of the configuration using a configuration management tools. And later on, the other people are not familiar like how they were configured and why they are working, but since they are working, they would try to replicate it out or use that because it's still working, and due to which the such servers over a period of time becomes critical. And but they keep on working, so the application so the team members keep such servers working, while not really understanding and not able to reproduce the same servers over and over again, due to which these servers are become critical, and any changes to those servers uh, makes the team you know it creates a sense of fear among the team members to make the changes on these servers, which are actually critical and non-reproducible, and thus acting as a snowflake servers. The snowflakes can easily be it can easily be destroyed even with the small changes. So similarly, these servers act as in snowflake servers. Next comes your fragile infrastructure. The infrastructure is said to be fragile if it can easily be disrupted, while it cannot be easily fixed. This fragile infrastructure is basically a Snowflake server problem which is expanded to the entire portfolio of the systems running on that architecture. Okay, due to which you would see there are like more number of Snowflake servers, and those systems can easily be affected, and it's possibly hard to fix those kind of servers. So this becomes common uh, in a dynamic infrastructure. Next comes your automation fear. There are certain tools which runs the agents like your Chef, Puppet, and Salt. Now this is particularly useful in case you have written an automation in such a way that the agent can run over a period of time, and any configuration drift that has occurred into the server due to any number of reasons can be fixed by this agent itself after calling the automation that you have written, and possibly executing the rules that are meant to be run on that server. But uh, the teams which are actually managing these servers are fear of their automation, because the automation might not have been properly written, uh, and it can introduce the changes. If they are allowed to run over a period of time unattended, then it can cause the changes which can cause the application or the servers to actually break, and due to which the downtime can be introduced or your outages can occur. So such a kind of automation fear is common amongst the teams which are managing the dynamic infrastructure. Next comes your erosion. So in an ideal world, if you actually configure through an automation your infrastructure, it should always run in that way. But ideally, it should run that way, but there would be some request for the support, and if something going bad, then you are actually fixing it, but overall the system should run. But it's not entirely true, because the erosion occurs in these servers in the form that there are operating system upgrades, kernel patches, server disk gets filled up due to logs. There is one or more application process crashes, and which requires your application restarts. Or there might be a failure to the underlying hardware, which causes the downtime even in your best configured servers, and this is what we refer to as an erosion in a dynamic infrastructure. So all of these problems are basically related to the dynamic infrastructure and are most commonly seen in the organizations and the infrastructure which are not following the infrastructure as a code practices. So these are the major challenges for the dynamic infrastructure. This is your host Ankit Pittam. Thanks for attending this session.